Hello, and welcome back to DML. So, the black market, also known as Whalemart, also known as Whale Market, whatever you want to call it, has returned again to DML. And we have some interesting deals with this Whalemart. And, you know, depending on your player level, some of them might be better than others. But this is the black market that I have on my main account here. So, the Dragon Peace tickets for 100,000 food. We have 10 in stock. And then the second one is Poseidon's Trident for 20 portal energy. That is probably one of the worst deals I have ever seen. You get an enchantment ticket for 100 scrolls, and then the two notable, like, big deals that are on offer are one for the Armory dragon, which you may or may not know, he is one of my favourite dragons, probably my favourite clan dragon, and you get him and a Dragon Fury, and the final one is 3 million food and 5 extraordinary legendary materials for 800 gems. So, my initial thoughts on these deals, the 3 million food and the 5 legendary materials is such an incredibly bad deal. I would never ever recommend doing it. Like, 3 million food, that barely gets me half of a level up on one of my dragons at the moment. So if you're at a stage like me, the food is not even worth it. And then you're paying 800 gems for extraordinary legendary materials, which you can just get out of purple chests every day, potentially. So it is not worth it. The enchantment ticket one is definitely worth it for us, because we have so many scrolls, they are literally pouring out of my butthole. I can't get rid of enough scrolls. So any offer that ever, pretty much for anything that asks for scrolls, I am going to give them away. I'm going to give them away quicker than I give my life away to soft drinks, is basically what is going to happen. So, the Poseidon's Trident is just bad. Like, 20 portal energy for a decoration. How many of them do we already have? Because I'm pretty sure we already have, like, a decent amount of them anyway. Yeah, we've got 2 of them, but we've got all the other pieces of garbage from the old Divine events. Although, I guess you could say it's a limited time decoration, so maybe it's more valuable. I don't believe it for a second. And the Dragon Peace tickets. You gotta think, is the food worth it for the peace tickets? I think because I really, really want the Armory dragon, for me it is. But if... oh, our food's going to be done in half an hour, but if you're someone that is really desperate and needs the food, then maybe not. Maybe just wait for a better deal. But for me, I feel like it's worth it. 100,000 food is not a lot by any stretch, and we get 10 of these Dragon Peace tickets. But our Armory dragon, I want to get it, and 15 gems is not an awful lot. You can get 15 gems randomly from spinning Otto's Lotto 3 times a day. Like, you can just randomly get that amount. We don't have enough for the third and final in-stock amount, but that is going to bump up the amount of pieces we have to 12 out of 20, which you might think is worth it, you might not. I personally think it pretty much is. And while we're here, why don't we go ahead and open one of these packs. Of course, it had to be a piece for the Robo Chicken Skank, and not the one I wanted. Is that for the Verdant? That is actually fine. You know, as long as we're getting a piece for the Verdant or for the Armory, I honestly don't care. I just want one of them. So that is what is currently going on with the Whalemart. Let's try for the Pixie Dot quick! No luck so far. Fine. And I did also want to mention that, you know, the Whalemart does change depending on, we believe, player level has an influence on it. And for example, on my Android account, they had the Dragon Peace tickets for 50 scrolls, which is pretty worth it, but you might not have a lot of scrolls at an early level. They had a boss habitat in exchange for 250,000 food, and just in case they put boss dragons on sale, I would say take this deal if it's offered to you, because you might as well have a spare boss habitat that doesn't cost you gems. They had the Armory offer, we had a Dragon Fury offer, which I'm not really that interested in. 25 portal gems is kind of steep for a new player. And then finally, with their extraordinary legendary enchantment materials, it was 5 Dragon Fury Essence and 1 material for 80 gems. So, For a new player, this deal is so much more worth it, but 80 gems is still a pretty steep deal. So, I don't know, I think the legendary enchantment material is sort of playing off people's sense of, you know, enchantment materials can be really tedious to get. Oh, we got some more Dragon Piece tickets, that's pretty sweet. But I personally don't like it that much, because again, you can just do your enchantment fights every day and get them anyway, so I don't see the point, myself. But we got enough pieces to get one of these packs. Come on, give me 2 armory pieces. We got 1. Okay, that's better than nothing. I'm a happy girl. We're making our way towards this armory dragon. Slowly but surely, we are gathering the pieces that we need. But of course, in the meantime, we have the clan event to do. I can't do the food collection yet. Give my dragons some food. We do have some left over. So, we are running low now, because I did trade them in for Mr. Whalemart. I know. I shouldn't waste all my stuff. Don't have a go at me. I know. But the deals are quite tempting when they pop up. And there is no guarantee that the deals will come back. So, they probably will. I'm not going to deny that, but they might not. So, if I want to guarantee I'm going to get Armory Dragon pieces, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I get Armory Dragon pieces, you know? It makes sense. It just makes monetary sense. If I want this dragon, and I don't have to pay real world money for it, because it requires such a low amount of gems, I'm going to take advantage of it. But, it is weird how some of the deals, the way that they change the deals change how useful they are depending on your player level. So, I do like the implementation of the black market as a whole. You know, super adorable idea that you'd literally make a whale into a shop anyway. And then we finally get to use our scrolls, because it was something that was asked by the community from such a long time ago. What are we doing with all these scrolls? They are useless. If we use them on all of our other random dragons, it's never gonna get a proper use out of it. So, for the most part, I have been pretty happy with the black market deals. Again, they've given us so many enchantment tickets, so many dragon piece tickets. So, to me, I think it's been a really positive change from the last update. So, I am happy. I don't know about you. I see a lot of people always complaining about it. I'm like, maybe you just don't farm your blue map fight, so you don't have 9,000 scrolls to give away. I don't even farm the game that much. Again, I get too bored. I get too just tiresome of playing the game. So I'm not someone that sits there and grinds all the time. But I still have thousands of scrolls I'm never going to use otherwise. So I'm sure there's a lot of people like that out there. Not just me. I'm almost certain of it. And in terms of getting this Trickster Dragon, you can see that 1.5 million points is not something we're capable of. We're at 156,000 points. So we're trying. We are by far the highest clan out of our group here. But we're trying. We do have 47 members in our clan now. So 3 people left to join in. So, I don't know how many of those people are going to stay or what's going to happen, but at least we're back to almost having a full clan in like a day. So that's not too shabs. But, you know, might as well go through and do some more enchantment. Just to make the point that, you know, you don't need to buy that very expensive enchantment material bundle. Because I know enchantment is boring. I know it's tedious. But it's not worth it for legendary mats. If that deal was for divine extraordinary materials, you know, I would actually be pretty tempted to purchase that deal. Although I don't have the gems on me, so I wouldn't. If I did have the gems, if it was a divine one that was giving extraordinary divine materials, I think that would probably be as close to worth it as we're ever going to get. So, you know, I don't know, maybe they're like, yeah, but everyone wants it for legendaries because everyone has legendaries. Yeah, well, a lot of people, or a lot of high-level people, tend to have divines. So, give us a divine one. And just don't make the price exuberant, like way over the top sort of thing. Am I asking too much? Maybe. Maybe I am. And really? You gotta give me a 45? This is what I get for not putting Reptar in as a possible member. But, you know, for now, I am still trying to get some legendary materials for Saney. But when Saney gets upgraded, we don't really need legendary materials anymore. So, I'm not gonna buy that bundle when I don't need it. I do need divine trinkets and divine materials so utterly desperately. So, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. I just don't get how people sit here and like wait every half an hour until their dragon is back, and then they just sit here and grind enchantment fights over and over and over. Because you have to be pretty active when you're doing enchantment fights. Especially now that, you know, we've got 2 times speed, which makes it go along faster. So don't get me wrong, that is a positive change. But when you're doing enchantment fights, it's not something where you can just put it on for it to do it while you're gone. Because every, I don't know, 8 seconds or so, you have to press the attack button again. So you really have to be very active on the game when you're doing it. So, again, you can't really work while you're playing DML without being too distracted or not really focusing properly. So, if there was a way to just go through every single tower with like a level 80 4-star and not have to press anything, it would be great. But it just doesn't work. Because you might run into a dragon that's too strong and then your dragon dies. So I understand why it isn't a thing, but it does mean that you are pretty much stuck to the game while the enchantment fights are happening, which is something that from Dungeon Hunter I've sort of gotten to grips that, oh, that actually sucks quite a lot, doesn't it? Because you can sort of leave that game running, and like every 2.5 minutes, every 2 minutes or so, depending on the fight you are grinding, you can just leave it, not press anything, game will just do its thing, and like, do things for you. But this game you have to be very active, attacking. So, it's just different games. They just work how they do. And the battling has never been the fun part of DML for me. Other people love it, in which case, you know, power to you. I'm not going to tell the devs to change the game just because I don't like it myself. No, that's just not fair. Like, I realise that the battling to a lot of people is the main draw. To a lot it's the breeding, to a lot it's the battling. So, you know, each to their own. I am not gonna be the decider of all of the decisions, amazingly enough. But, you know, take advantage of the whale while he is here. Don't forget that we're getting the new Dragon of the Week on Monday, which is going to be the Envy, so look out for that. Wish me luck with the Pixie Dot. I wish you luck with the Pixie Dot as well. Make sure you're taking part in the Golden Gatherer event as well, and in the VIP, well, the Dinner Time and the Golden Gatherer event, if you have VIP, because why not? Free rewards. Sounds good. So, for now, let me know if anything happens in the meantime, but until next time, I'll see you then.